The Horror Mansion, Madame LaLaurie's Macabre Secrets narration script. An elegant mansion in the heart of New Orleans hides one of the darkest secrets in American history. Behind the facade of a respected socialite, Madame Marie Delphine LaLaurie conducted macabre experiments that would shock even the bravest souls. When flames revealed the truth in 1834, the world discovered that the screams echoing through Royal Street were not just rumors. Marie Delphine McCarty was born into New Orleans Creole elite in 1787. Her 3 strategic marriages elevated her status and wealth. Her final marriage to Dr. Leonard LaLaurie in 1825 gave her both respectability and access to medical knowledge that she would pervert into instruments of torture. The LaLaurie Mansion on Royal Street became the crown jewel of New Orleans society. Delphine was the perfect hostess, charming and seemingly devoted to charity. She attended Catholic Mass regularly and made generous donations. But behind closed doors, servants whispered of strange sounds from the upper floors and people who entered the house but were never seen again. As the 1830s progressed, neighbors reported hearing screams at all hours. Enslaved people from nearby houses shared terrifying stories of community members sold to the LaLauries, who vanished forever. The most horrific incident occurred in 1833 when a 12-year-old girl, chased by Delphine with a whip, climbed to the mansion's roof and chose to jump to her death rather than return inside. What do you think about what we've revealed so far? Can you imagine how such horrific acts could go unnoticed for so long? April 10th, 1834 began like any other day in New Orleans. Around noon, smoke billowed from the LaLaurie Mansion's kitchen. As the volunteer fire brigade rushed to help, Delphine directed efforts to save her possessions while keeping certain rooms off limits. When flames threatened the entire structure, firefighters ignored her protests and broke down doors to the upper floors. In a hidden attic room, they discovered 7 people chained to makeshift operating tables, barely alive. Some had chains grown into their flesh. Others showed evidence of crude surgical procedures performed without anesthesia. Dr. LaLaurie's medical knowledge had been perverted into unimaginable cruelty. Victims had limbs amputated and reattached in different positions. Some were force-fed excrement until their stomachs nearly burst. The firefighters who made these discoveries were hardened men, but several vomited immediately upon entering the chamber. Thank you for staying with us this far. The best is yet to come as we uncover how evil escaped justice. Word spread through New Orleans like wildfire. Hundreds gathered outside the mansion, their shock turning to rage. But when authorities arrived to arrest Delphine, she had vanished. Witnesses reported seeing an elegant carriage racing toward Lake Pontchartrain, where a ship waited. The angry crowd stormed the mansion, destroying everything associated with the LaLaurie name. Meanwhile, investigators found hastily dug graves in the courtyard, containing remains of numerous victims. The basement revealed body parts in jars, bloody surgical instruments, and detailed journals documenting Delphine's experiments. Delphine successfully fled to Paris, where she lived comfortably for the rest of her life. Despite overwhelming evidence, she was never extradited. Her wealth and connections protected her across an ocean, while her surviving victims faced lives forever scarred by trauma. Following Delphine's escape, the mansion became a monument to human evil. No respectable family would live there. Workers hired for repairs reported hearing screams from upper floors and feeling sudden temperature drops. The building briefly served as a school, but parents withdrew their children after girls reported ghostly figures in hallways. Later, as a music conservatory, students claimed instruments were mysteriously detuned and sheet music found scattered without explanation. Modern paranormal investigators document electromagnetic anomalies throughout the building. Visitors report overwhelming dread, unexplained scratches, and invisible hands grabbing them. The extreme suffering within these walls appears to have left a permanent psychic scar. Today, the LaLaurie Mansion still stands on Royal Street, its elegant exterior hiding its horrific past. Local residents report that walking past triggers feelings of unease. On quiet nights, some claim you can still hear faint echoes of screams carried on the humid New Orleans air. What do you think of this real story that shook New Orleans? Can you imagine how one person managed to hide such cruelty for so long? Leave your opinion in the comments. If you were impressed by this story, subscribe to the channel for more real cases that shock the world. Don't miss our next video about another terrifying mystery you need to know.